Alright, so looks like they're in game. Interesting team comp that they got coming out here. It's a very pick-oriented comp. They've got the Irelia stun, Bear Stance stun, Morgana, or Ari Charm, and Leona pretty much everything. What they're going to want to do here is lock up a single person and burst them down. The problem with doing that, though, is the rest of the other team is very, very tanky. And Caitlyn is super safe along with Zera. So the front line is huge, and their back line is very, very far away. Hey, Konomo, we're doing some analysis. Right now, we're actually doing one for a 5v5 team. So, things that blue team wants to do. They, like I said, they're a very high burst-oriented comp with their Ahri. And honestly, they want to play around that. Udyr's going to want to show up to mid lane, get Ahri rolling as much as possible, and then Ahri can do the mid lane typical roam thing. And then show up there. What they need to do is just get this Ahri snowballing, because once you get the mid laner showing up in the side lanes, that's how you really get the advantage. But yeah, I'm gonna just wait this out. This super high bursty purple team comp, the front line is huge, dude. It's gonna be impossible for Udyr to get anywhere. We'll see how it plays out, but not much we can say about this besides blue team wants to get picks, purple team wants to get hard engaged, and from there it's just all up to how they play it. To us to expect, there will be a lane swap. Both, let me stop eating. Both Irelia and Malphite are going to face up each other fairly well. I think each of these champions can face against each other fairly well as long as either one gets ahead. Say Malphite gets ahead, he'll be fighting against Irelia. If Irelia gets ahead, she'll be fighting against Malphite. They kind of cancel each other out. The auto attack reduction will allow Malphite to live against Irelia probably better than most other champions can. So I don't see a need for a lane swap here. Panda Fire picks up the LT grade Brom. Fantastic choice. Alright, so starting items, I expect both top laners to go Flask Few Pot, that would be typical. But we'll see what they choose. Oh my goodness, this dinner is delicious. It's like a gumbo type thing. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a hard level. Alright. So red side pinging that they want to get to this tri-rush as soon as possible. Their comp is actually very good for bursting someone out single target early on in the game. Built over Peacemaker chunks, as well as the Q from J4. I don't know if that's what they're looking for here, but I think that would be their highest damage combo. They need to keep walking if they're going to do it, though. Blue does get there first, as it is their side of the map. Scouted, and now red's not going to want to go in. That ward is unnecessary, and will get sniped.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, do I have the wrong overlay on? Oh, my bad. There we go.
Minions have spawned.
So a very defensive position coming out of both teams here. Blue side's just going to guard this bottom side of the map. They saw the attempted invade there, but I don't think they suspect that red's going to invade, and it's smart for them to think that. Irelia should have been standing in position to leash this already. I also don't know if I agree with stun first. I guess stun first works, yeah. Equilibrium Strike has a huge stun duration. Did I win my first week of fantasy? Yes, I did. And I did it without picking all the OPs. I had like Ryu mid and Kali Trolls top. Like a bouse. Alright, so let's take a look at this game here. Both junglers just starting off on their buffs nice and easy. J4 already has to go back to base. He's got a potion left. Honestly, he could run to his red buff and do it. By the time he gets to red buff, had he used his second potion, he could heal off the red and get it done. There was no reason for him to teleport there. Or go back to base there. And like, he doesn't do anything. Like, he didn't even purchase anything. He just wasted time. Alright, I've gotten a few mouthfuls of food, so I guess I'll analyze the rest of the game for a bit. J4 picks up that buff, he's super delayed, good charm landed in mid lane previously as well. So top lane, Malphite chooses to go Doran's Ring here. I don't agree with this. I think that the Flask would have been the better choice, especially since he's running TP. He's not going to be able to pick up a kill on this Irelia. Any rank with these teams, or any idea what rank these teams might be, I don't know. So, very, very slow so far. It looks like Udyr is actually going to be able to sneak this early dragon. I like this play a lot. Taking advantage of the lack of vision in the game to sneak this buff is super good. Wow, really nice. Oh my goodness, Charm lands on that Xerath. He's not utilizing his minions to block for him very well. So just really slow game so far. I mean, Udyr had a good, dragon sneak that'll give them a little bit of a buff, but the dragon is less valuable earlier in the game. I think it's like most optimally taken after maybe a couple turrets, but getting it that early puts you in position to get the 5 dragon buff, so I'm not going to really complain about it nor say it's wrong. I mean, getting the dragon versus not getting the dragon is good. Oh, wow. Very good positioning on Aurelia's part to make sure that she blade surges to J4 and then actually steps behind him to avoid the knockup there. So J4 is getting really gank heavy. You'll notice a very huge difference in the amount of farm this game versus that game we just watched in High Diamond. J4 is chain ganking really hard here. He wants to get these kills down. He's getting some decent pressure, but honestly, at the cost of being really far behind this Udyr. Bottom lane, Zenith Blade lands onto Caitlyn, and then she nets backwards. They need to refocus and get on a single target, since they can't catch Kate. Oh well. Good Xerath ulti snipes out the kill there. Kind of greedy to stay in lane, but I didn't think he was gonna be able to. I don't think that he thought he would get sniped out by the ulti. Stretches of the Thornmail rush on Malphite. I don't think in this game he will. If he had Flask, he could do it, but I think he's going to go Glacial into maybe a Frozen Heart here. Or Glacial into some health would be good. But he needs mana. Alright, so flash forward from J4, he's going to get greedy, he actually interrupts the knockup from Triss, but she will still walk away. Because they don't just choose to take out the Leona. Leona did have flash there though. So this game is just pretty slow. J4 is still sitting on 16 farm. Udyr's gonna quickly get double his farm if he doesn't go get some more CS here. I think J4 is just worried about his ability to clear the jungle, and it's because he doesn't utilize his smites properly. Utilizing smites properly? Okay, let me slow it down. So think about your jungle buffs, right? J4 doesn't have any sustain in the jungle, so when he did that first clear, he went Grant blue base because he had gotten low but still had one potion, then came back out of base, didn't buy anything, and went to red. If he had just gone Grant blue, popped his potion, walked towards red, got to red, started it, smote red for the health back, he would have gotten, you know, level 3 no problem, gotten both of his buffs, been able to buy his Stalker's Blade, and then go into ganks immediately with no wasted time. The reason that this J4 is ganking so much is because I feel like he's still in that mindset of, if I'm in the jungle, I'm not going to be able to stay high health, and therefore I won't be able to gank, thus I should just gank. So if he would realize that he's got options with his smite, especially since he gets 2 charges, he could be smiting red for HP, you know, save a lot of his time, make sure he's using all of his smites to get actual money. Because what he's doing right now is just using his smites in lanes, and it's not getting anything for him. He's really far behind. He's behind an entire dagger and boots to Udyr. Yeah, he's just trying to heavy gank, and you can do that. I mean, it can work. It's just you need to be able to clear the jungle as well. Like, look at how low he's getting. And now it's not a situation where this is just how J4 is. It's because he's not been farming his jungle. He's not been getting guaranteed money. So Malphite picks up the Glacial, but he goes Amp Tome after that. I think the health would have gone farther for him. The health on Malphite gives him a larger passive shield, so he's pretty much free sustain. Yeah, Udyr's level 7 already. He's already taken the first dragon. He's got the timer for the next one, too. So Udyr's going to be a monster if no one stops him. And honestly, at this point, if Udyr checks the farm, he can realize he can just walk into J4's jungle and do whatever he wants. Malik Micro, I don't have an elo for this. This is a ranked 5 team. I think they might even still be in their placements. I don't know if they've placed yet. But by the looks of it, it's not very high. Probably silverish, goldish. Actually, for ranked teams, gold is doing pretty well. I'd say it's probably silver. So J4 goes for a gank mid, it fails. He gets Ahri low, but that's about it. Udyr gets caught out doing this dragon and will go down here. He actually fails the flash due to clicking on the other side of the wall. You want to click in front of the wall to walk close to it. Clicking on the other side will cause your auto-pathing to try to walk out of the pit and around. Alright, so Udyr, I like his jungle style so far, but trying to get that second dragon without a sweep was greedy. He's still got his yellow trinket. He needs to have that sweeper if he's going to try to sneak that second one. Alright, so their Caitlyn's doing Red Side Caitlyn's doing a fantastic job of farming as well. Can you Ahri ult through terrain? Yes, definitely. Over walls. Yeah. But this is just really slow gameplay right now. It's funny that it's this slow too, because there's a lack of ward coverage and stuff like that. Here comes a gank from bottom. Let's compare this. Let's compare what this Leona does. Oh my, it's too late already, actually. What this Leona needed to do if Udyr was going to come in for a gank was just start fighting immediately. Alright, so stun actually goes down on Braum. Charm needs to land. Charm does not land because of the jump back. Good jump back on his part, but stun lands on the... Wow, really good to deny the damage on the Orb of Deception by using Unbreakable. Actually just negates the true damage altogether. Alright, so now Xerath is showing up to the fight. Good Arcana Pulse. Caitlyn takes an E. It is enough damage to pick up the kill. And now Caitlyn's walking forward here. Alright. So yeah, when Udyr came in initially and started walking around, Leona needed to draw the attention of the enemy bot lane so that they didn't see Udyr coming in. But it looks like everyone's going to show up to this bot lane. It's going to be an entire party. Red team going to come out on top so far. Going 2 for 1 here. Yeah, even after you do the change to player-made terrain, she can dash through stuff. The only thing that you're not going to be able to dash through is the Zero Wall, but that's just how it works. The She Takes a Knee command is only for moderators. I apologize. Moderators, and I think just DCB. I still need to make a regulars list. There's so many things I want to do for this stream that I just haven't done. We are reviewing the entirety of Blue Team. The person who came in and requested it was Ahri, but this is his entire ring team. Alright, so Ahri goes in, gets stunned out by Xerath there. Orb of Deception comes back for the return damage. It's not enough. Oh my goodness, he picks it up with yet another fantastic ulti snipe. Alright. Alright, dude, have fun watching Gosu. I see how it is. J4 shows up to this top lane again. This guy is so far down in farm. This Udyr is farming like crazy, and this J4 just has nothing to show for it. I mean, he's got the 1 kill and 1 assist for when they caught out Udyr at the dragon and showing up bottom lane when that cluster happened, but that's about it. This Udyr is going to be so strong. So we saw there Malphite, it looked like he was trying to optimize the Sheen procs on his Iceborne Gauntlet, when really, he's going to win a fight as long as he QEs right now at her. You could honestly possibly dive if he gets enough poke down like that. Go, 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 press ulti, you will kill her. He won't do it, okay. Wow. I don't know why Malphite didn't dive that. It's weird because he's got a farm deficiency as well. Like he's down, so he needed that kill to kind of maintain his lead or his control. Is he maxing Q? Yeah, he's maxing Q for the poke. Ari shows up in lane. He's got an opportunity to use his ulti for a disengage. Doesn't get it off in time. Alright, so now red team's going to go and rotate down and get its secondary dragon. This is going to be good for their tower destruction. Kind of helping them get these outer turrets would be good. Yeah, he just lets people go. Alright. So, gank from J4 in the mid lane here. Ari does not have ulti up and is forced to flash out. Gets stunned there though. Is he gonna ulti? He doesn't even have to, just another Volcano Pulse. This Malphite though, he needs HP at this point. If he gets caught out by Ari, he just falls over. He's got magic resist, but against the true damage of Irelia, the attack speed slow that you have on your E is nice, but I don't know. I'd be a lot happier if you went for a Sunfire Cape right now. Either that or like a Spirit Visage for the cooldown and magic resist and health. In fact, I believe that if on this Null Magic Mantle, if he doesn't go for Spectates, then I don't know what he's doing. Alright, so stun happens on Leona, but no damage. Jump in, it's going to slow Caitlyn enough to get stunned by Bear Stance. Okay, and the burn damage won't be enough here. I don't know why Braum chose to go this direction. He will get away, but honestly, he puts them. They're now in a position where Leona could have turned and they could have dove. Alright, so Malphite ulti comes through. Once again, it's going to be a dogpile in the bottom lane. Everyone's showing up. I hope maybe someone will get a turret this time. J4 locks himself into his own ulti and almost goes down to the tower. Good cancel on a TP from Irelia, because that was about to be suicide. You should go Roach's Glory for swag points. You should go to Zerat Portal for true swag points. Alright. So Ari's gonna roam up. I would take that crab, honestly. Dude, Zerat, Banner, and Omewrecker, just poop on him. They wouldn't even know what hit him. Flash forward, doesn't realize he doesn't have ulti. That flash forward, no matter what cooldowns J4 has, is just too early. Nope. Pushed up without ward coverage. Like, if she had placed a ward, if she had used her ward instead of here, she would have lived. Because this spot gives vision of this entire cross section. Push all day, tank all night, I like it. Alright, so it looks like red team's getting a little bit more confident going into the blue side jungle. Zenith Blade comes out, does not land, or Charm does not land. Good damage coming out of the Xerath though. Oh, gets him. Oh my goodness. The Xerath is the man. Sniping like a god. Other thing I'm noticing is that on that kill, Ahri did not use DFG, even though it was overkill, so, alright. Decent damage coming out of Malphite here, but not enough to pick up the kill. Caitlyn actually gets juked out of range, so doesn't get anything. Braum walks too close to the turret, and then gets stunned out by Bear Stance and Equilibrium Stripe. The last tick of Transcendent Blades picks up the kill on Braum. There's just so many things happening right now that don't really need to be. Just terrible positioning. Yeah, there's like no ward coverage. The positioning is just, it's bad. Like, Braum walked through where he didn't need to be. Oh my goodness. Dragon control is pretty on point though. What, 3 dragons have died this game already? 4th one's getting ready to come back up. J4 is just really far down and farmed to Udyr as well. Udyr probably needs to ignore any more damage after he finishes this Trinity, start going hard tank. I would go Magic Resist because the Xerath is shrekking people. So right now, there's a couple different things that can happen. Blue team can run a 1-3-1 split push comp between Irelia and Udyr, since they both crush turrets very well and clear waves. And then they can use their Trist or Ahri to stand in the mid lane, and then TP in and Irelia in if something does happen. Shrekking, not shrieking. Shrekking, dude. You love the Shrekking. What are you doing in me swamp? Or my swamp? Ulti comes out from Xerath. Doesn't quite pick it up. Alright, so Udyr on the front line here. That is exactly why I'd say you want Magic Resist. That right there. So blue team, like I said, they can run the 1v1 split, but they need ward coverage. Everyone on this map needs ward coverage. Like, it's difficult to run any strategy without any wards, because you need to know where the enemy team is to make informed decisions. So blue could split. They could also group up and look for a pick with their Ahri Charm or their Leona Stun, either one of those. Blue team can also... no, that's about kind of their only options with this comp, really. They can run a 4-1 split as well with Udyr or Irelia, whichever one they want to choose, and group the other 4. It's up to them. How do we get in line? I'm kind of just picking people out as I go along right now. We are watching Maji, Hiku, and his rank team. Honestly, the things that they need to work on so far is just realizing what their team strategy is and getting ward coverage down. Like, they need somebody on this Xerath. Alright, so Ahri gets the charm from behind, actually has to back out a little bit. Ahri has not taken any damage yet, finally starts taking damage, and it's too late because she's just too far down. Who is before you, DCB? Not sure, dude. There are so many people who want to get analyzed. Yeah, I could totally squeeze in more of these if I had a replay system set up. But all the ones that are out there, like, either make me nervous or aren't reliable. Oh my goodness. Okay, I thought she was going to pick up a kill. So, yeah, blue team needs ward coverage badly. Let's see, Braum does have a side stone. He's got a sweeper, good. Everyone on the map, or everyone on the blue team needs to pick up at least a single ward. I think next we're gonna probably watch DCB. Jeez. Oh wow, that was a really nice flash from Moody. I don't know, it's just... There's like... I feel like there isn't any strategy happening, so I feel like there's nothing to analyze. Yeah. Yeah, the Kid Paradox, pretty much... That Kid Paradox is saying pretty much exactly what I just said. Like, I feel like they don't have any objectives in mind. They don't have a set mindset on what they want to do. Everyone's just kind of running around, looking for kills, and then when enough kills happen at one time, they'll get an objective. Not sure if I really want that fight, honestly. If that Malphite wasn't such a chicken, he probably could have won. And you won't throw up blood, I guarantee it. You need to calm down. You need to calm down, sir. Let me see here. So, blue team's pretty far ahead right now, 6k gold lead. The problem that they've got, though, is they don't have a good Baron taking team. They have an amazing, amazing siege comp, and I don't know why they're not utilizing it. Like, honestly, they can walk up to any turret with J4 Xerath and Caitlyn and pretty much just poke people off of it and then knock it over. Yeah. I'm not meaning to be harsh, it's just... They need to figure out what they want here. Both sides. Honestly, this red side bot lane should have never come back to bot. They should have grouped up as 5 with their team and then just started poking people. Poke people until you can either dive a turret or just knock it over with Caitlyn autos. Wow. Alright, picks up a good double kill there though. Oh my goodness. Oh! Wow, he's a god. The Xerath is a god. So red needs to siege. Blue needs to split push. Oh my goodness, the Xerath is huge. You don't want in on this. You don't want this, Irelia. This is not where you want to be. This guy is doing so much damage right now. Oh, that was close. She almost died. Yeah, I don't know if I can pull off 3 more games. It's already 11 o'clock, dude. I got class tomorrow. Ugh. If I get analyzed, you'll throw up money. Alright, so... Red team, please, just group. I mean, I want my boy to win, but at the same time, red team's got a clear path to victory. They're just not taking. Half-alums, how do you have an exam today? It's like the beginning of every semester ever. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do DCB next, I believe. And then one more, and that'll be the end, because I'm hitting that point where I'm sleepy. Grade 12! This guy. So young. Alright, so Udyr... Alright, Udyr and Irelia are finally pushing this turret. He did not have minions on his side there. The ranged minions did troll him. Uh-oh. This Irelia is dead. Alright. Red team starts pushing in. Yo, just calm down. Yeah, blue needs so many wards. They need like two different sweepers, two different upgraded sweepers, one on Leona, one on Udyr. Pink wards, like 2 pink wards at all times on Leona. And they gotta be ready to go on literally anyone they find. Kate doesn't need lifesteal that bad, honestly. She's pretty safe behind her front line. And she hasn't been getting caught out too much. She died that one time to Ahri, but I wouldn't say that lifesteal's a priority here. Especially with how far ahead they are. You have to like look at the enemy team comp. The only person who's going to really dive to Caitlyn is possibly Leona. Ahri might try to, but I think she'll get stuffed by Braum. But yeah. Alright, so ward coverage is happening down on this bottom side of the map now. I like it. Blue side is picking up some wards. The red's got deep wards in there though. They gotta sweep out everything. Trist build isn't that amazing. Trist is just super far behind. I mean, it's hard to make an amazing build when you're underfarmed. Or underfed. Like, this Trist honestly needs Last Whisper, but she also needs, like, to finish her crit item. And there's just not enough money to do that. Has there been any pink wards placed this game? You know what? I don't even know. I haven't seen one. Both supports, even though Braum's super far ahead, he doesn't have an upgraded sweeper. He doesn't technically need one. Honestly, Red Team doesn't need to even worry about ward control as long as they're together, but it is a good idea. Yeah, Red Team is crushing farm on their carries right now. Alright, so these red minions are getting handled by blue. Blue's 13k down. Blue needs to ward or die, and sometimes ward and die. It's a rough existence. I don't know what to tell him, honestly, besides more wards. It's just wards to the ceiling. Getting them out there. Looking at the map movement, seeing where they are, managing your minion waves so they push out towards the enemy. But the problem is, when managing those minion waves, you can't really do it since you're stuffed in your base. Yeah, I'll do a brief synopsis on what blue needs to do to fix some of these issues. But yeah, this one's pretty much done. Alright, so these super minions are going to be super good here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about Red Team could have done years ago. That Q crushes health bars, look at it! And they could have done that so long ago. Oh my goodness, the Seraph damage is huge. Burst damage coming out there from Malphite. And this one's done. GG's go out. Alright, let's talk about this. Yeah, all the things that solo queues don't teach. Let's talk about what was going on here. So, early game, let's break it down step by step. Udyr goes like level 3, maybe level 4, gets an earlier dragon, that's fantastic. Tries to go back for it early on, and then he doesn't sweep out the pit, gets picked off by Xerath, J4, and I think Rom. Right there, had he had his sweeper, he wouldn't have died there. He would have been able to clear out the vision, pick up a second dragon, and pretty much walk away. That second dragon would not have helped his lanes, though. Top lane was having a little bit... I mean, actually, they were doing okay in top lane. Top lane was pretty even for the most part, if I remember correctly. Mid lane was having a really hard time against that Xerath. He was getting a lot of ultis down for snipes. But I don't think there's a lot that Udyr can do in that lane because it's so short. Bottom lane, when Udyr's coming in for a gank, Leona needed to see that, start a fight to take the eyes of the enemy team off the map, and then just start, hitting them. Even if you go down, there's a large likelihood that Udyr and Caitlyn, or no, I'm sorry, Udyr and Triss would have cleaned up too. So yeah, top lane was fine, bottom lane was okay, but they can step up the aggression for sure. Udyr needs to realize when he is ahead of the enemy jungler in terms of farm and experience. There was a time in the game where Udyr was level 7 and J4 was level 5, and then Udyr just let him get away with catching up. You could have been all over his jungle. You could have been at his Wraiths, at his Krugs, at his Gromp, at his Blue, at his Reds, and at his Wolves. You could have followed him, literally followed him around, and just killed him over and over again in his own jungle. But yeah, Udyr, do not be afraid to jungle invade. When you're jungle invading, do not be afraid to get deep vision. That deep vision prevents your lanes from dying to J4 ganks because they see it coming a mile away. Team vision in general needs to go up like 3 steps. You need wards to come out of people like your jungler, extra wards to come out of your mid laner. I want pink wards on your mid laner to clear out vision. Sweepers need to come out on jungler and bottom lane support as early as you can afford it. It would have been... The game could have definitely worked. You also need to start realizing your win conditions as a team. You need to know that, hey, we've got a team comp here that can not only pick people off with high burst on Trist and Ahri, but also split push really, really freaking well with Udyr and Irelia. Not only that, but the wave clear is pretty substantial. That team comp you guys were running is actually really strong. But you have to make sure that you realize what your win conditions are and then focus on those things really hardcore. But I'd say if you guys are going to keep playing together, which I recommend you do, I love team games, I've got my own ranked team. The main thing you guys need to step up right now, and that's pretty easy to do as long as you focus on it, is vision. Practice just getting ward, see what kind of ward positions you like, learn how to play around that sort of additional vision. But I think you guys have a lot of potential, and if you just put some time and effort into it, you'll go really, really far. Not only that, but these ranked team games help your solo queue out so much. I know it's not as coordinated in solo queue, but you learn a lot of things there that you can apply to your solo queue play. So things that I'm probably not going to touch on here because I don't think they're relevant. In most of the games we've seen so far, like wave management and threat bouncing and stuff like that.